A commission is income, and income stops the second you stop working. I learned that the hard way. Over the last 9 years, my team and I have sold over 1,600 houses and over $900 million worth of real estate. And I've been netting over $1 million consistently from my real estate production. But what actually changed my life was not selling more houses. It was learning how to turn the money I was already making into something that keeps working even when I'm not. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the 5 steps to build actual wealth as a real estate agent. We're going to talk about why most agents stay stuck on the commission treadmill their entire career, how to get your money working instead of just sitting there, and the specific income streams that I've built on top of real estate sales that have now generated income whether I'm working or not. Let's jump right into it. Step number 1, understand why the commission treadmill is never going to stop on its own. Most agents spend their entire career doing the same thing over and over. They find a client, they close a deal, they get paid, and then they go find another client. And that works fine until it doesn't, because the moment you stop, everything stops with you. 87% of agents don't make it 5 years in this business, and one of the biggest reasons is that they never build anything underneath their income. They have nothing to fall back on when things slow down, no assets generating income on their behalf, and the only thing keeping them afloat is the next deal closing on time. And the reason most agents never escape this comes down to a few habits that are extremely common in this industry. The first one is treating every commission check as personal income. Huge mistake. A great month comes in and agents buy a new truck, they take a vacation, they upgrade their house, and then 2 months later when the market slows down, they are scrambling in and dead broke. There is no separation between what the business made and what they personally get to spend, and without that separation, there is nothing left to invest. Your commission is not all personal income. It is business income. It's very important to remember this. Yes, personally, you will make some of that, but you do not make all of that. You have expenses to run your business. The second one is having no savings discipline. Real estate income is like a roller coaster. It goes up and it goes down. It's very rarely just the same even keel every single month. You might close 4 deals in 1 month and nothing for the next 6 weeks after that. So agents who have not built a financial cushion live in constant anxiety about where the next deal is going to come from, which actually makes them worse at their job because they're negotiating out of desperation instead of confidence, looking out for their client's best interest. And the third one is never getting their personal finances in order alongside the business. I personally know agents making $400,000 a year who have no investments, no savings, nothing to show for it because every dollar that came in went straight back out. The agents who actually built wealth tie real estate sales as the fuel, not the destination. And they use that fuel to build things that compound over time. You absolutely need the real estate sales income to do awesome things and to build wealth. It's the foundational beginning of your wealth plan, but you can't just solely rely on real estate long-term. You need to build a plan to get past that. Step 2, make the main thing exceptional first. Before any of this works, you have to have the foundation. Like I just said, real estate sales has to be your primary engine. It has to be running well because everything else I'm going to be talking about gets built on top of that. If you're doing under $300,000 or $400,000 a year in GCI, your focus right now should be getting that number up as high as possible. Work on your lead conversion, tighten up your listing process, build systems that make your production consistent and predictable. Buy back your time, have an assistant, have a VA, have a transaction coordinator so you can spend more time in your sales lane doing high dollar producing activities. That's how you're gonna make more money. Because once you have something that produces income reliably, then you have something to invest from and build off of. The mistake I see a lot of agents make is trying to add income streams before the main thing is actually dialed in. That's like literally step 1. You can't do anything else until your business is absolutely built and is totally functional and consistent. They end up distracted, underfunded, and worse off if they had just stayed focused on the core business. Get the main thing running at a high level first, everything else comes after that. Step number 3, stop letting your money sit still. Once you're making real money, leaving it in a checking account is one of the most expensive things that you can do. Every dollar sitting there is losing ground to inflation while other people's money is compounding. What I do is I have money automatically pulled out every single month before I spend any of it, and I put it somewhere that's actually working for me. Whether that's a brokerage account, a financial advisor who's managing actively on your own investments, the point is that it actually moves the second it comes in. You're not just sitting on it because you will spend it if you do. But if you can get your money making 12 to 20% a year in the market while you're also making commissions from real estate, you're now running 2 engines at the same time instead of 1. This is where things start to compound and get really fun. There is also a specific trap I want to call out that I see agents fall into consistently, which is parking money in property equity and thinking that counts as investing. Owning your home free and clear sounds great, but that equity is just sitting there doing nothing. It's totally dead. It's not liquid and it's not compounding, and it's definitely not making you any return. The agents who actually accumulate serious wealth are the ones who put their money to work in things that actively generate a return and income each month, cash flow, not just things that sit there looking like an asset on paper. Step 4, add income streams that connect back to the same thing. This is the part that actually changed everything for me. It's a total game changer. I'm not a believer in chasing random business opportunities or spreading yourself thin across industries you do not understand. Distraction can cost you a fortune. What I believe in instead, though, is finding income streams that are completely synergistic with the real estate business you're already running, so that you're not just adding distractions, you're adding more return to the effort you're already putting in. Here's what that looks like for me personally. We have the personal real estate sales. That's the foundation, like I said. Everything starts here and everything else depends on it staying strong. This is the core focus and takes up the bulk of the time and the energy. Next up is team production. We have a team and their production generates income on top of my own. I'm going to tell you right now, my income off my own production is about 10 times what our team makes. The teams don't really make that much money unless they get really large and are very efficiently ran. The mortgage joint venture. So we partnered with a lender and formed a mortgage company between the joint venture company and us. And this joint venture pays between 0.75 and 1% of the loan amounts. So you're not selling more houses, you're just making more money on each one that you're already selling. You have to disclose this to your clients, but it's one of the most straightforward ways to increase your income per transaction without any additional work. And then of course there's revenue share. Through Real Brokerage, we earn revenue share from agents who we've brought to the platform. We're pulling in multiple 6 figures a year from this. I'm not a recruiter and I do not spend any time on it, but when agents find me through my content and want to make a move, that attraction compounds in a way that cold recruiting never does. Next up, flips. This one comes straight out of your existing deal flow. That listing appointment where the house is a complete disaster and the seller cannot bring it to the market is often a really good flip opportunity if you have the capital and the systems to move on it. We use a portfolio loan off of our brokerage asset account, and we get it about 6% interest with no fees. Like there's no funding fees. There's, a lot of hard money loans cost 1% to 2% funding fee up front, and then you're paying 10 to 12% interest. We have no funding fee. It's a line of credit off of our portfolio at our brokerage, and it's 6% interest. It's like the cheapest money you can possibly get. But if you do one flip per quarter, you're looking at an additional $150,000 to $200,000 a year on top of your commissions. Plus you're earning the buy side and the sell side commissions on top of that. Next is new construction development. This comes later as your relationships and capital grow, but building your own properties is a natural extension of everything you already know about the market. I grew up in the building business. I've built over 70 houses. We built our own home 5 separate times. It's a no-brainer to be doing some of these things just to create additional wealth. And then there's the stock market. Once capital is building, put it to work. Get a great financial advisor or learn how to manage it yourself. But every dollar sitting idle in a savings account when it could be compounding in the market is a decision that costs you over time, and it really adds up. None of these income streams pulled me away from selling real estate. Every single one of them feeds off of it. Step number 5, understand what revenue share is and how it compounds. I want to spend more time on this one specifically because I think it's the most underestimated income stream available to real estate agents right now. And most people either do not know about it or they think it's just another word for recruiting. It's not. When an agent you bring to your brokerage sells a house, though, you're in a percentage of the company's cut. At Real Brokerage, that spiderweb's out 5 levels deep, meaning the agents you brought in are also contributing to your share over time. Let me make that concrete so you can actually see how it builds. Say you bring in 5 agents your first year, those 5 agents each bring in 2 or 3 agents on their own. Now you have 15 to 20 agents in your network without doing anything additional different. And every single one of these transactions that's closing, it's contributing to your revenue share. As those agents grow their businesses and attract more people, that number keeps expanding. We started essentially 0 when we joined Real Brokerage in 2021, and we're now around $20,000 a month in passive revenue share. Our goal is to get that to $80,000 to $90,000 a month, and the reason that number is achievable is because how the compounding works across those levels. This is money coming in while I'm on vacation, while I'm at my kids' activities, while I'm asleep. I did not build it by recruiting. I built it becoming visible in this industry, putting out content, and then sharing, collaborating, and mentoring agents across the entire country. When they're ready to move brokerages, we reach out, we have a conversation. That is attraction, not recruiting. And the difference is that one of those scales on its own and the other one requires you to be grinding for it every single day. The last thing, Most people skip this part because it sounds like a soft question, but I would argue it is actually the most important one, and that is figuring out what you're actually building towards. If your definition of wealth is just a bigger number, you're going to keep chasing at it for forever and never feel like you're getting there. I personally know agents who have made enormous amounts of money and who are completely miserable because they never stopped to think about what they were actually working towards. My definition of true wealth is being able to do what I want, when I want, with whoever I want. It's very simple. Practically for me, that looks like taking my family to Europe a couple times a year, going away for 2 full weeks on a ski trip at Christmas with my kids, and being able to leave the office at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday because I just feel like it. The business runs without me having to be there at that point because I built it with systems and with other people. If your business cannot survive without you, you don't own a business, you simply own a job. I did not get there by selling more houses. I got there by building a business that eventually did not need me in every single transaction, and then layering other income streams on top of that, which kept compounding whether I showed up or not. So think about what the picture looks like for you, write it down, and build backwards towards it. You got to know where you're going. This is your North Star. Because if you do not know what you're building toward, you're just going to keep running, and you don't really know which direction you're going. If you want to go deeper on building the production foundation that makes all this possible, we have our Insider Systems courses link pasted below. That covers the full playbook from lead conversion to closing to building a team. It's everything we've learned across 1,600 transactions, and it's the fastest way to get your core business to the level where you can start building everything else on top of it. Best of all, it's only $47. And if you want to learn more about partnering with us at Real Brokerage and how the revenue share model works, well, you can see the links below for that as well. I'll see you in the next video.